Our next question comes from KB. I'm a bit of a perfectionist at times,
Mhm.
especially when I'm stressed. How do I change my mental approach to this? I really like to feel like I'm doing the best I can, but I think I overdo it and therefore I don't get enough done.
Yeah, it becomes a bit of a vicious cycle, KB, right? So you start by being a perfectionist, which means you get less done, which then means when you get to deadlines, there's a lot to do, which means you even get more stressed, which becomes even more of a perfectionist. And then it becomes this sort of vicious cycle that's out of control. A couple of things that are going to help. Number one, remember the simple principle that done is better than perfect. And in many cases, we use this example all the time with marketing. Your opinion doesn't matter, the market matters. So oftentimes you think you know the answer. It's actually just ego. You don't know the answer. The market does. So you want to make sure you put your ideas out there to the market. Let the market tell you what's good and what's bad, and then perfect based off iteration. So number one, done is better than perfect. Remember that every great a business started out as a not so great one and they developed long term. So I'm a big believer that it's not who is the best wins, but it's rather who can continually be better. Because if you're continuing to be better every single time you put something to market or you create something or you launch something or you come up with a new idea, then that constant never ending improvement is going to really carry you forward. Another thing as well is manipulate your timings of things. So for example, if you've got to deliver something next Friday, get it done this Friday. By doing that, what it does is allows you to submit something early. At least you've got the project done, and then you've got the rest of the week to work on it as well. Also, it's important to know as well that there are some things that matter and some things don't. There's a principle called the Pareto principle, which is the 80-20 rule. So in essence, whilst we want to do 100%, at scale, you can't do 100%. You can do 80%, you can do 20%. And the important thing is to remember is that there's probably going to be 2 out of 10 things that you do that'll have the biggest impact, and 8 out of 10 things that you do will have very little impact. So what we want to do is find the key levers of success. For example, when it comes to health and fitness, just to give you an example, the key levers of success are going to clearly be your diet. Okay, if you just get your diet right, regardless if you train or not, regardless of what your sleep looks like, regardless of if you have coffee, regardless if you have energy drinks, if you get your diet right and you're eating less than you're moving and you're under your calorie intake, you're going to lose weight, right? There's more things than you can do than that. It's not optimal health, but if you only had one thing to do, you just get your diet right, right? With regards to marketing in your business, if you've got good quality ads and a decent landing page, that's pretty much all you need to succeed. Can you improve the landing page? Can you improve the headlines and the creative? Of course, but all of those little things are iterative changes when you just focus on the big rocks. So understand that number one, you can't do it all. Number two, you need a team. Number three, manage your time so you actually get things done sooner rather than later. And understand that actually it's more important for you to share the information, get feedback on it, and keep iterating it rather than just waiting for it until it's perfect. And hopefully some of those principles will make a big difference. And then also, from a deeper, more neurological capacity, a lot of people are perfectionists because they just don't believe they're good enough. And I'll just let that sink in. So a lot of people have a coping mechanism. If I don't feel that what I do or who I am is good enough to be successful, then the way I can combat that is some people like, I just don't care. Like we've met those people, they do care. It's just they don't know how to win. So they go, it doesn't matter, which is bullshit. The second type of person is I care so much that I've got to almost strangle the life out of this opportunity because if it's not good enough, right? If I get the feedback that it wasn't successful, that means I'm not successful. So there's some tactics there, but I would encourage you to do the deeper work on understanding that you are good enough no matter what you're doing, and in reality, you're actually a work in progress and you're constantly building towards something more magnificent. But the only way you can do that is through feedback from the marketplace. The more feedback you get, the better you'll be.